Welcome to another episode of Game Boy Roulette, where we take a look at randomly chosen games from the Game Boy library. Tiny Toon Adventures, Babs' Big Break. Wait, didn't we do this already? The answer is kinda, but not really. See, we've looked at Tiny Toon Adventures before, Warner Brothers Animation's classic 90s cartoon about the next crop of Looney Tunes. But that was more of a minigame compilation with a Tiny Toons theme, whereas Babs' Big Break, the first Tiny Toon Game Boy game, was more of a standard platformer. But thankfully, not only is the Tiny Toons name still attached, but another one is too, Konami. I've said it time and time again, but Konami was the most reliable company in the 90s for quality, especially when it came to platformers. Basically, I see the Konami logo, I know I got an easy episode. So instead, let's talk about the nature of licensing in gaming, because the 90s were really a fascinating time. Some franchises, like Tiny Toon Adventures, had their license snatched up by one company who made every single one of their games. But let's pick another franchise at random. X-Men had games made by all sorts of companies, from Capcom to Software Creations to Sega to even Konami. I hate to wax nostalgic, who am I kidding, I love it. But it was an era of gaming with so much fun because you really never knew what was going to happen with some of these franchises. Maybe one company would fumble the game only for it to be picked up by another and have a hit. Well, except for Superman. Poor guy never had any good games. But back to Babs' Big Break, the box art is just the logo. Granted, it's one of the most colorful and recognizable logos from that time, but come on, this is Babs' Big Break, and she still has to share the spotlight with Buster? As with any Konami game, I'm looking forward to this one. Let's get a little loony with Tiny Toon Adventures, Babs' Big Break. Tiny Toon Adventures are all trademark Warner Brothers. I mean, yeah, obviously. I love seeing that logo. It always means I'm in for a good time. Yay! Yay! I'm actually a little surprised this isn't playing the Tiny Toon Adventures theme song. Babs is dreaming about becoming an actress. Oh dear, I can't skip this. There's the theme. Okay, this... I do appreciate this cutscene, but the fact that I can't skip the dialogue is a little slow, and I'm worried that if I hit start, it's gonna completely skip the whole story. She'll make a great actress. But why does Buster seem upset at this? Okay, so the story of the game is Babs is going traveling, and Buster, Plucky, and Hampton are following her. No, we're not watching that again. Tiny Toon Adventures. Wait, not Babs' Big Break? Just Tiny Toon Adventures? Huh. Okay, oh, thank God I can skip this text. To be a good actress, you need two things, talent and luck. But even those aren't enough when someone puts a mountain in your path. Dizzy Devil! I have friends like Dizzy Devil to help me out, so let's get to it. Ah, the theme. Gameplay, finally! That cutscene took a long time. Wait, I'm Buster? Oh, right, because we're... saving Babs? Wait, how? Oh, from up here, maybe? There we go. Okay, so, pretty basic platformer. In fact, I'm pretty certain this is similar to the, NES version. B to throw a carrot. Jump on mice for fun and profit. Pause to... Oh! Oh, yeah, it is like the NES version. You can switch characters. Oh, and each one has a different weapon. Cool. Whoa! Who gave you that? No, you don't get to have an anvil. It's one of those slow platformers, where it's more about precision than speed. Going down. Konami music could always be relied on to be crawfish. Let's take a look. The animation's pretty basic, but... I mean, I just love the pose Plucky's in. Oh, idle animation. Hang on, let's get Hampton out here. Yeah. What does Hampton do? Oh, he bowls watermelons, of course. I remember that from that episode. I say that, but it's actually pretty possible that was in an episode. Do you want to play Montana Mash? Hell yes, I want to play Montana Mash. Use that to move, bop with the A button, bonus for 150 points. Okay, let's go. Let's bop some Montana. Gotcha. Oh god, they're getting way quicker. Okay, I got the bonus. Montana. Like I said, platformers like this are... Oh god! So many of them, but this one's really good. I mean, it's Konami, so what can you expect? Oh, extra lives. Oh, hey. Grr. Me dizzy and me know where to find pretty bunny. Me spin through mountain. Uh-oh. You need dizzy help. This not big rocket. Oh, I get it. You need to find a character to beat the level. That's cool. Again, I feel like this is really similar, found it, to the NES game. I just wonder how similar it is. Oh, the poor moles. I'm gonna have to look it up. I'll put on screen now how similar this is to the NES version. Dizzy hungry, bye-bye, grr. I do find it a little interesting that Babs' big break, you're not actually playing as Babs. At least not yet, anyway. Just saying, because Babs was a great character. Whoa. This is hurting my eyes a bit, I'm not gonna lie. Game Boy was not good at strobe effects. I want to leave this terrible place. I like the idea of being able to switch characters whenever you want for... Oh! As I was saying, I like the idea of being able to switch characters whenever you want to... basically do different challenges. Oh, why did I do that? You know, the funny thing is, just by default, this might be one of the worst Konami games I've played. How? But only because the other ones set such a high bar. Like, it's not a bad game, it's a very good game. But Konami Game Boy games so far have been very, very good. Look, Konami set high standards in the 90s, okay? It's not like they are now. They were actually once really awesome. Boss? Drop food in Dizzy Mouth Party. There's easier ways to do this, you know. Okay, I thought I was just gonna be throwing carrots into his mouth. No, I'm doing like this. Oh, weird. Do you want to see, Urchin? This is certainly some kind of boss battle. We did it. Oh, he's dead. Well, like I said, not too much to say. It's not the best Konami game I've played, but that's pretty much just by default. It's still quite good, and it makes me really nostalgic for the show, which is one of those shows that the more I think about it, the more brilliant it was. I really should go back and watch it, and spy the hundreds and hundreds of jokes I didn't get as a kid. More fun than a trip to Happy World Land, or at least the monorail at Happy World Land. I would say that these kind of slow platformer games are a bit riskier than the faster ones, because you need to have a compelling gameplay gimmick to make up for the speed, and thankfully that's exactly what Babs' big break had, as you would expect from Konami. The game was based more on exploration, as you weren't able to complete the level without finding the hidden character, and there were different paths leading to hidden areas, which admittedly some of which were a little hard to look at. The ability to swap between characters and some in-level minigames were nice features to keep gameplay fresh. Really not a whole lot to say about how the game played, it was just quite good. Plus, I appreciate the game went a long way to capturing the style of the show. Tiny Toon Adventures had a very distinct, for lack of a better term, Warner Brothers-y art style, and the way that the sprites and backgrounds looked really resembled that. The worst thing I can say about this game is that there's nothing really super revolutionary about it. Like I said, this one might be one of the weakest Konami platformers I've played, but that's not because it was bad, but because Konami just had such a massively high standard. If it's having to compete with games like Castlevania and Kid Dracula, it just can't reach those heights, even with solid game mechanics and good-looking graphics. But like I said, that doesn't take away from the game itself. It's still a fun platformer from a recognizable franchise, and one of the better licensed games that you can play on the Game Boy. And it did make me nostalgic for the show. Anyone up for a trip to Wacky Land? And that's all for another episode of Game Boy Roulette. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to follow the series as we continue to dig through the Game Boy vault. I'm BrianJ, and I'll see you next time.